another week of practice and getting a chance to play in in Chapel Hill.
Coach, playoff basketball comes down to experience guard play. Obviously, you have that here. I thought all three of these guys were really on their best today. Maybe some trouble finishing, but just how big was it to have these three guys just experience ball handling, distributing, and scoring the ball for you guys when you needed it?
Well, that's been our strong suit. Chris Ford and Jeremy Gregory have been really good for us all year long. But, the strength of our team this year are my three senior guards. Chris has been with us 3 years and does a lot of little things, but we know that Trayden, Shamann, and Tristan, they've earned a right. And we've set that expectation from the first practice that when it come down to playoff time, we were going through these three guys. I trust my seniors. It's about loyalty. These guys have been in the trenches with us, and they stepped up today and made plays when they needed to. Some of them were making plays in the first half. Some made plays in the second half. Shamann was really unbelievable there early. The whole game long did a great job. And, Tristan and Trayden, they always do their thing. So just excited for these guys and excited for the program.
Shamann, was that you on the block at the end when they were talking about that play? That was a pivotal play.
I just let him get in front of me and just took my momentum with me.
So you set them up?
Yeah.
How big a deal you think that was? They were down 5 at that point.
It was a big game changer. It stopped their momentum, and we scored off of that.
Yeah. And Trayden, did you have any inclination you were gonna play this well? Did you have a premonition, anything that you're gonna play so well today?
Just the night before and this morning, all morning I was focused thinking about this game, thinking about making it to the championship.
Did you, when a couple shots went in, you kind of feel like this is my night?
Yeah, here and there.
Tristan, how did you feel like you played today? And can you just talk about the keys to the game in your mind?
I feel like I played pretty good, but I just wanted the team. Like, I was just worried about the team winning, getting the win. I wasn't really worried about how I was playing. So, yeah.
And I would say that with all three of these guys, they all do different things. And like with Shamann, a lot of people, he's been this consistent for us all year long. He's a threat on that three-point line, but he's also unbelievable in transition. Underrated defender. And that block that he's probably made 10 of those this year. He made some in the last playoff game or the playoff before, where he just has that knack a lot of kids don't have. And Trayden was unbelievable. He's so strong with the ball. And Tristan, that was a battle of two heavyweights there. Josh Banks is a great player, and Tristan's a great player, and they battled it out there. And, Tristan really made some big plays. He came up with the big rebounds down there, didn't he? Probably got 3 rebounds down there at the end. He went up and battled it. A lot of times people get caught up in other things, but Tristan's more than a scorer. He can do a lot of things. He can pass it, but he can rebound, he can defend. So all three of these guys did some things that were unbelievable for us.
Duane, do you think it'd take this long to get back after 06?
A lot of people talk about that. I saw somebody today said it's really hard to win a state championship, and with public school you have to play 6 games. It's not 3 games, and it's rough. And these guys know it. We always have been next man up, and we don't talk about. We're not the type of team that we're going to talk about things that have happened. But and not enough's made of that. The best team don't always win. And injuries last year, no one wants to talk about the 3 season-ending injuries we had. We had 2 JV guys on the floor and got beat by 1. The year before that, Vaughn Worthy, who might have been the best point guard in the state or one of the 3 best point guards in the state, tears his ACL. So I was interviewed the other day, and I always said, I don't gauge myself off winning the state championship. I gauge myself on these 3 kids going to college. And they're all going to go to college. They're going for free. And we're trying to make better men and better players. And we feel like if you come to North, you're going to get better because we work hard every day. And if you win the state championship, that's great. I told Trayden at the start of the year, I settled down and I was like, hey, if we win it, that's good. I'm not worried about that. I could really care less when people talk about that. If all 3 of y'all qualify and go to college, that's what I'm about. That's what North Meck basketball is about. And again, the day's going to go on after winning again. And if you value yourself off winning a championship all the time, you shortchanging yourself.
Talk about Jeremy and what he brings to you this year.
Well, Jeremy, when he he's been dialed in, but when he's really dialed in, he makes a huge difference for us. The last game against Independence, I don't want to say he was dominant, but he was pretty dominant against Independence at the start of the game. They had to change, and then it allowed these guys to get off. Tonight, he was pretty dominant there early. I mean, he made there at the end. He made all of his free throws, but he does a lot of things for us that his dominance will be seen next year. Him and Chris Ford, they've done so much to sacrifice for the team, and all these guys have. But Jeremy, when he is utilizing that size and that strength, he's a load. I mean, we feel like he's a high major player. He's only in 10th grade, and he's already reworked his body, and it's going to be even better next year. So we're extremely proud of all the things that he's done. And Tony Waters coming off the bench. Our whole bench, they've been there all year long. All of them didn't get to play tonight, but they understand. They know that in our program, these three leave, we'll have three more, and everybody will expect us to be back next year. Yeah, I hear that, and then they'll step in, and we'll be right back grinding and competing with anyone, because we have a lot of confidence from our JV program all the way up.
And Tristan, you've been part of some of those teams that have come up short because of this reason, that reason. How's it feel to get there now, and how determined are you to finish it off?
Like, I mean, before this game, like, I couldn't even sleep, just thinking like, wow, I'm in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't sleep about it. Like, it's crazy, like, to think about. And we going to the state championship now, so like, that's just, I don't even know, can't even describe it.
Coach, we talked after your game against Grimsley about Tristan's maturity and how you've seen him grow as a player and as a person these last 4 years. I've seen you guys 4 times now. I think this was probably the most in control and poised I've seen him. Maybe not his best shooting night, but what does it say about the type of player that Georgia Tech's getting, that even when his shot's not falling, every time he puts it up, he's able to find his teammates and dominate on the boards like he did tonight?
That's the growth we talked about. There was a lot probably on Josh Banks and a lot on Tristan, because it's been built up, and both of them might have struggled a little bit from the floor, but they didn't struggle. A lot of people want to go on this, but they didn't struggle. Josh Banks made a lot of plays for them. He made a ton of plays for them. Tristan made a lot of plays for us, and we need him to take those shots. That's the thing about it. It doesn't matter if you're making or missing them. We have to have those shots taken so that other guys get off. But Tristan has, came in from a little skinny 9th grader to 10th grade. He was emotional. And he's matured, and he understands now. He's done an unbelievable job this year, especially there in the middle of the year. Moved over to point guard, didn't have a problem. If that was 10th or 11th grade, he might have, Coach, I need to shoot. But, I mean, he understands. He's about the team. He's about these guys, and he can rebound. I think somebody said it the other day, he's an underrated defender. He's so strong and thick that he can defend, but rebound it, and he's an unbelievable passer. So that people forget about that because of his ability to score. But we've seen a growth in him, and I've been fortunate to be able to coach him for 4 years, and the same with Shamann. And they understand what North Meck basketball is about. They bought in it, and I mean, across there tonight, there's probably 40 of our former players up there, guys, Sherman and guys, and we feel like we're a family. That's Coach Holden. I always have to say this. I was blessed with Mr. Poole hired me, a North Meck graduate, and Coach Holden taking a chance on me, and to see all these guys come back. And we expect the same thing out of these guys in 5 years. They'll be coming back to watch us play. Hopefully I'll still be there, and we'll keep doing it the North Meck way.
You're going to the state championship. It's going to be Lumberton. They beat Pinecrest today over in Fayetteville. Not the team that was really expected at all to come out of the 4A East. What do you guys need to do to get ready for that kind of a team and give yourself the best chance to win?
My assistants, they know I get sort of weirded out about things. I have to do certain things a certain way at a certain time. Honestly, I know nothing about Lumberton. I'm a guy who just zones in on the one right there. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I'll go home, we'll get home, and hopefully we'll celebrate, and then I'll start trying to find out what I can about Lumberton. But I also feel like I've always had this belief, we have to worry about us. And I know Lumberton has to be really good. They have to be really talented to have made it through the Millbrooks and the Leesville Roads, teams that are so talented on that side. But, we control it. you know, that right there at the end of the game, we controlled it. You know, we made some unforced turnovers. Nothing they did. It was what we were doing. So we had to control what we're going to do on the floor, control our game plan, and these guys, I'm sure they'll be up to the challenge.